If you guys don't watch any of my Blue Jays content, you'll know that I was at the Jays game yesterday and had a Friendsgiving to go to. I know it's still a couple weeks away from Thanksgiving, but we chose to do it this past weekend, or yesterday. Got home stupid late. Thought, you know what? I'll do the video tomorrow, get some rest. And boy, was that an entertaining game in Montreal or what? Lots of crazy things happening, and it didn't take very long. Not even 5 minutes into this hockey game, things got hectic. And we'll talk about all of it right now. So, Patrik Laine. Of course, he's a Montreal Canadien. Leaf fans don't like him to no end because it's like, oh, this is the guy that, Matthews, his entire, rookie, thinks he's better than Matthews. And we're like, yeah, you're stoned. But anyways, comes through the neutral zone, enters the offensive zone for Montreal. And then, was it Cedric Pare? Yeah, I think that's how again, a guy who's not going to be around. Maybe probably in the AHL. He's not going to impact the Toronto Maple Leafs this upcoming season. If he does, God, there's an issue. And if you've ever played hockey, when you get caught flat-footed, as he did just inside the Leafs blue line, the tendency is just to get big and wide. And when that happens, the leg goes out a bit. Now, I didn't think it went out too far, but there was just a lot of guys in between. Patrik Laine and him go knee on knee. He's down, writhing in pain. Like, regardless, I'm a hockey fan in general. I don't like to see people get hurt, regardless of it's, Montreal Canadiens and freaking Patrik Laine. It doesn't matter. I don't want to see a guy get hurt. So he goes down, holds his knee. It's like, oh boy, he has to leave the game. Obviously doesn't return. And it didn't take very long after that. And I understand that there's got to be repercussions and stuff like that. But ARBER Jackeye, who obviously is beloved by the Montreal Canadiens because he's just a goon and doesn't do much else, comes up behind him, grabs him by the back of the jersey, shakes him a couple times. And again, let me go through this real quick. Cedric Pare, I'm going to go. He's 6'3", 205. He is really 6'3", 205. Interesting. I didn't think he was that big. And then you look at ARBER Jackeye. What is he? 6'4", 238. Yeah, quite a large human being. Grabs him from behind, shakes him around, and then proceeds to punch him in the back of the head and then continuously feed him while he's on the ice. And your gloves are still on. Now, I've been all over Twitter and stuff and seeing stuff with Todd Bertuzzi stuff, and I'm like, kind of the same thing. Like, back behind. Look, you got to know something's coming, but coming up from behind the guy, punching him in the back of the head, falling on top of him, feeding him, it was quite ugly. And he gets kicked out for the game, as he should have. I'm kind of shocked he didn't get suspended. I mean, there's a fine, sure. And I know Hab fans are going to lose their marbles. Like, well, look. Should there have been a penalty for Neon? Yeah, there should have been. But what can you justify what Jackeye did? There's nothing to justify that. It's just an absolute Looney Tune going bananas. That's just all it is. We can't have clowns on the ice like that. The intent to hurt obviously you probably didn't try to hurt Laine. You're a guy trying to make a team or trying to make an impact. Your intent is not to hurt a guy on purpose. Jackeye was intentionally trying to beat the living snot out of the guy where he didn't want any part of it. Now, you got to be ready for something. I get that. But holy sweet Jesus. That is just, went to an extent. It went to a little bit of a far extent, right? And that's all I'm going to say on that. I think he's a lunatic, ARBER Jackeye. He's loved by Canadian fans, but rightfully so, right? He's a goon out there, and he's an energetic guy, lays the body a ton. Good for him. But there comes a point where it's just a little much, and that's what I see there. So if I know Hab fans are going to get angry, and I guess just because they're Hab fans, they get angry quite often. But anyways, regardless of that, let's move on because the Leafs had a 10-minute freaking power play after that. And Nick Robertson... After that little shove in the back of Willie Nylander, and he falls into the Montreal Canadiens skate, and he's gone. And it's like, oh, God, Leafs fans want Robertson. Just curtains, buddy. See you later. Then he scores a goal, and a great one at that. And we're like, oh, crap. But he's not terrible, actually. And then on the power play, right, he fires one and beats the goaltender 5-hole. And you're like, oh, damn, he's got one hell of a shot. We've learned this already. We know it from last year's goals per 60, I believe. We're second on the Leafs behind, Austin Matthews, which is crazy. And so that was the Leafs' first goal of the game. 1-0 Buds on the power play. Timmins and Cowan got an assist on the goal at 9:17 of the first period. Shots were 10-6 Leafs in the first. But obviously you had that big power play, so it's going to be skewed a bit. You go to the third period after shots were 9-5 Montreal in the second period. And in said third period, Matthew Knies, using his big body frame, like it's great to see. Outmuscles a guy going to a loose puck on the boards, gets body position, puts it up the boards to Pontus Holmberg, who banks it off the boards to Nick Robertson in stride, and he's away to the races, and again, beats the goaltender 5-hole. Just a great shot from Robertson, his second goal of the game. Leafs up 2-0. You're feeling pretty good. Now I get it, preseason, who cares about goals? I get that, 100%. And then Kirby Dach scores one late in the third period to make it interesting, make it a 2-1 game. It got a little scrambly there late. Shots were 12-7 Montreal in the third period. Shots on goal for the game were 27-22 for the Habs. But obviously not a lot of mainstream Leafs were out there in this game. And in the cage, Dennis Hildeby got the full game, the Hilda Beast. And he was damn good. 1 goal on 27 shots. Looks pretty calm in the net. I liked what I saw from Hildeby. I thought he looked really good in the cage. So if you're the Leafs now again, it's preseason, but like, we know Joe Woll and Anthony Stolarz are going to be there, and we're fine with both of those guys. You know Matt Murray's there as, well, assuming he clears waivers or something, is just like, is a guy, right? Or do they carry a third goalie? That'll be a question. But Dennis Hildeby, a guy who is a quite large human being, at 6'7", 222, the 23-year-old out of Sweden in the 4th round of the 2022 draft from the Leafs. Put up a good year last year with the Toronto Marlies. Obviously came up to the Leafs, but they really didn't want to play him. Clearly playing Martin Jones on 2 nights of a back-to-back. But it's going to be interesting to see how this goaltending position plays out for the Leafs this year. I have no idea what to expect. Guys like Joe Woll and Anthony Stolarz have never played more than like 30 games each, so who the hell knows what's going to happen. Dennis Hildeby might have to play a game, which is going to be crazy. But he might be good. I don't know. Again, preseason. Don't want to dwell on it too much. We got 2 left, though. Thank God. Both against Detroit. We play... Where is it now? Is it Monday? No. Oh, hold on a minute. When did we play? Thursday, October 3rd against the Detroit Red Wings. And I believe it's Saturday, right? Saturday against Detroit on the 5th. And then, boom, the season opens on Wednesday, October the 9th against the Montreal Canadiens at the Bell Center. All right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and... I guess the entertaining hockey game last night, whether you're on either side of it, right? The fight, the getting angry, the bad hit, and everyone's just losing their marbles. What are your thoughts on the game last night? Hopefully Laine is okay and can get back to playing soon. Haven't heard an update, at least on my end. I haven't been all over Twitter since earlier today, so we'll see. But as for the Toronto Maple Leafs, hey, you've won 2 games. Now you're 2-1-1 in the preseason. Everyone losing their mind after losing the first 2 preseason games to Ottawa, and we're all like, oh, the season's over. No, we're back, baby, I guess, right? No. It doesn't mean a damn thing. But you're seeing some positive signs. The goaltending looks good. The defense looks good. And Nick Robertson's really showing out with his 3 goals so far in the preseason, all right? So you know what, guys? Thank you so much for listening and watching. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you haven't done so already. Hit the like button, subscribe button, all that stuff. Comment down below your thoughts on the situation earlier in the game. Let me know your thoughts, and I will talk to you guys. Oh, gosh. Hold on a minute. With no more Jays, and the Leafs not playing till the 3rd, which is what? Thursday. I might try and squeak in a Jays season review, off-season preview. I don't know. We'll see how or season review, off-season preview for the Jays. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game last night because it was very entertaining. Talk to you guys then.